you can see over on the left side who we're following in common. So these are people that both Ryan and I are following. And you can see how many people have already circled Ryan. And so 11,000, 12,000 people are following him. Now he's blocked the ability for me to see who he is following, which is interesting, other than our in common. So let's try to find somebody else that's actually showing everybody. Let's say Alexander Howard, who works at O'Reilly Media. So here Alexander Howard, again, has 319 people in common. In his circles, he's followed 615 people, and 13,000 people are following him. So you can click on the View All, by the way, and you can see everybody that I'm following already is in green. So if I find somebody who I'm not following yet, let's say Suz, I can click on her and go over here. Now, this is something interesting. She hasn't yet shared anything with me. That means one of two things. This is a lurker, or this is a person who is only publishing to private circles. And in Google Plus, it's just like Facebook. Each post you make, in fact, let's go and try to make a post. Each post you make, you have a choice of the distribution of that post, and that's one reason to do some circles. So down here is where this post will get distributed to. Right now, it's not being distributed with anybody, so you can put a post into yourself if you want. You can pick between your circles. So if I wanted to just send this post to my tech executives, for instance, or my coworkers or my friends, I could do that. I can make it public. I can send it to all my circles, so all 5,000 people that I've circled. Or I could send it to extended circles, which are, I believe, one level away from my circles. I almost always post to public, and I've done some tests with this. If you post something to just 5,000 people, it doesn't get the same engagement that it'll get if you post it to public for a few reasons. One, it doesn't get into the Google search engine. So if you are trying to get users who will see this outside of Google Plus, on Google, you won't get those users. And in Google Plus itself, it has a search engine. And you won't get those users because you've only shared that item with a private circle and not with the search engine. So you have to sort of decide, are you only trying to get to your coworkers or to your wife or your friends, or are you trying to build a public thing that's going to have public resonancy and get into the search engines and get the ability to get the spread going? Because it's the key to these things is to cause a conversation that gets spread. The traffic you get from these isn't just the people who are following you. It's the people that are following the people that share your items. So if you get 20 people sharing your items and each one of those has 10,000 followers, that's going to get you a lot of eyes on your items. And the great brands are trying to do that, are trying to cause a conversation that spreads. And that's true on Facebook, it's true on Twitter, and it's true on Google+. On Google+, it was easier to get followers the first month because everybody knew was following. Now it's harder to get followers, so you have to work harder at it, and that's an unfortunate fact, but it's true on Twitter, it's true on LinkedIn. I don't have as many followers on LinkedIn as I have on Twitter because I didn't put as much effort into that, and I wasn't as early. On Twitter, I was very early, and I got a lot of followers just because I was early. And Google+, you're still early, but the system has been built out now, and getting new followers is tougher. This is why you want to invest now for, let's say, next year or the year after. It's going to be easier today to get a follower than it will be to get a follower in 2 years. In 2 years, everybody's going to have their following system built out, and you're you're going to have to be a spectacular person or a spectacular photographer or a spectacular brand to get followers 2 years from now. Right now, it's fairly easy because there still isn't that much noise on the system. You can see my Twitter feed is moving about 5 to 10 times faster than my Google Plus feed is. And so the affordance of following new people is still fairly low compared to Twitter, for instance. Some things that I've found that work really well here. One, if you start commenting on other people's items, you'll start getting noticed and you'll start picking up some followers. But better than that, you've created some reciprocity. And the reciprocity means if I see you commenting on my items all the time, well, I feel a little bit of reciprocity. I want to see what you're writing about. You must like the same things I like because you're always commenting and bringing me cool things and posting in little URLs in the comments and so on and so forth. So I'm going to start checking you out, and if you are writing the same things that I care about, I'm probably going to follow you, and that's how people are getting followed. Let me just look for some items that are getting a little bit more engagement. So here we can see, this item has 4 comments. Again, the noise level is fairly low. I'm not seeing a lot of idiotic comments on items. I'm not seeing a lot of spam. And by the way, you can delete spam or you can report other people's spam, and then on your own items you can report spam and delete spam. So if somebody does get through the system, let me just scroll down here and see if there's some better examples of engagement. Tom Anderson's always fun. Tom Anderson started MySpace, and he has 426,000 followers, and he always gets lots of engagement. So it's a good look. So you had 127 likes. Likes don't do much yet. There's not a page I can see all of your likes yet. I assume that's coming because Google Buzz used to have that. But likes are a little signal to the search engine that this is a little bit more important than the other items. So when you do a search, this item will come up higher on the page than items that don't have +1s. It has 75 shares, and by the way, you can click on this and see who's shared each item. And let's go over to Mike Elgin and see what he shared. And so here's his share of Tom's original item. You can see Tom gets credit for the original item. You can tell that Mike has written this comment here. And Mike has his own +1s, his own shares, and his own comments underneath. And by the way, when I see something like this, I can tell, oh, this is a more important item without even looking at the content because it has more engagement than other items. For instance, here, this item got +8 likes. This item got 38 +1s. Sorry, I'm mixing the likes and the +1s. This item got 38 +1s. So visually, I can tell this resonated with Mike's audience better than that reshare. Let's just keep going down. This is about the same, a little bit less, about the same. So very quickly, I can tell his average is about 35. Now, here's one that got 62 +1s. And this is a new LinkedIn app that just came out that converts business cards to LinkedIn contacts. I hope my previous speaker talked about this new app because it's pretty cool. And so here I could tell this post got more resonance with Mike's audience than almost anything else he's written this week. And so if I was an editorial manager, I would say, let's figure out why that post got more and follow up on it, maybe do a video with this company, stuff like that. That's a good way to sign out content. What else do I need to cover about this? There's a trending page here, sort of like Twitter's trending, but you get to see pictures, you get to see engagement, you get to see sort of visually why this item got so much attachment, and you can see the quality of the comments is very, very high. The community here is small, but because it's small, it hasn't attracted a lot of jerks that other systems have attracted. There's also a couple magic pages here, or magic circles. One's an incoming circle. And this is a circle of all items done by people who are following you. So in my case, I have 180,000 people following me, and this is a circle of all the people who are following me. One thing you'll notice right away is the people following me don't speak English. There's a lot of international usage here. And I wouldn't have seen that because I wouldn't have followed them back on other systems. And I probably would have blocked them if they started, writing Spanish or something on my site. But here you can see the different kinds of things and the different usage pattern that your followers are having than the people you might be interested in. I would never follow. By the way, one trick I learned the hard way over on Twitter is I would never follow back somebody just because they followed me. That's the best way to cause a bad social graph, and it's a really great way to destroy any utility that your homepage will have for you. I know that there's a need to be reciprocal, but that's not the way to do it. If you start following back people who you don't care about, you're, one, being disingenuous. Two, you're going to destroy the utility of the tool for you. And three, you're going to destroy the ability to see items that your readers might care about. And that your followers are going to start following you because you have something to say about the industry. And that you have an inbound that has quality, and you're putting quality items up. And that's true, by the way, on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Google+. So where are we going to go? There's a few features I'm not going to cover very much. There's this really nice video Hangout feature, which is great for having 9 people in a video chat. It's like Skype with 9 people. It's very, very cool feature. If you have a team that you're working with and you want to get together every Monday for a meeting, but you don't want to go into an office, that's awesome way to do it. At Rackspace, our software developers are using that every day. And coming soon, you're going to be able to, and already some of the advanced users are turning these video Hangouts into live YouTube streams. So there's musicians who are getting together, or celebrities, and they're getting together with 9 of their fans, recording that and pushing that out to their fans on YouTube Live. That process is pretty advanced right now. You need 2 separate computers to do that, and you probably need somebody to help you do that. But that's coming, and I think the feature, Google, I know, is working on that feature more to do some video Hangouts, which is really cool. If you have a small audience, by the way, one fun thing to do is use the video Hangouts and say, hey, on Monday I'm getting Monday night, let's get together on a Hangout. And this is a great way to talk to your customers, or talk to your partners, or talk to your employees, or talk to the friends of your brand, and find out what's driving them, and see if you can find a new story angle that'll take you further. Now, I am running out of time because I think they wanted me to go for about half an hour. Some things I'm doing with this is, and with Google+, I'm not treating Google+ alone. I'm treating the 3, Google+, Twitter, and Facebook, as one thing, and I'm linking from one to the next to drive traffic from one place to the next. This pisses some people off, but by doing that, it means your brand has resiliency, and most people will go over and check out Facebook. So out of your audience, maybe you have 100 people, 90 of them will go over to check out a Facebook link, or check out a tweet, or check out a blog post. I'm still using my blog too as part of this mix.